Hello, YouTube. I am Queen Lillie, and today we are talking about Donald Trump, Life Under Trump, Part 52. Yes, Part 52 of Life Under Trump. We have a lot to discuss. There's so much going on. Every day is something new with Donald Trump and his minions, MAGA. We got a lot to talk about, from the immigrants to Trump and Elon Musk, the history of Elon Musk, and why Donald Trump is making a lot of the decisions that he has decided to make. And we're going to discuss Elon Musk's evil ways. Yes, we got a lot to cover. So come closer, stay tuned, pay attention, and learn something. We're going to go over the history of Elon Musk, how he got to where he is. And we're going to learn something from his nanny as well, one of his nannies when he was young, and what she has to say about Elon Musk and his cruel ways, where he get those evil ways from. Yeah. And we're going to hear something from an ex-MAGA. Yeah. What she has to say, about the J16 and about those people being released. Got a lot to cover. Hit that like button as you are coming in. Again, I am Queen Lillie. Thank you for coming to my live. And this is Life Under Trump, Part 52. Yes, we are already at Part 52 of Life Under Donald Trump. So we're going to go ahead and get started. Again, hit that like button as you're coming in. Hit that like button. Go ahead, hit it now. You came in, hit the like button. Thank you. So I'm just going to go ahead and get started. There's no delaying anything right now. We're going to go ahead and get started. One moment, you guys. I left my water on the counter. Hold on. Just a moment. Hold on, please. Here it is. I got it. Okay. I got to have my water. I left my water on the counter. Sorry about that. I am so sorry. I left my water on the counter in there. So we're going to go ahead and get started about Donald Trump and Elon Musk. What's happening in the world today? Will things continue to go the route that they are going? Are we in trouble, America?
So Governor Greg Abbott wants to make sure that Houston, the city of Houston, is put under the same microscope as any city that isn't allowed.
Hit that like button. Thank you.
"Quote unquote sanctuary city." And this is what we do here in the city of Houston. People come into the city.
Hello, Queen Vera. Let me know you can hear me. Hello, Queen Tia. Let me know you can hear me.
Officers are willing to do that. The DEA is willing to do that. The border agents are willing to do. Why in the world don't
Thank you, Queen Vera.
Here? Well, that's what Abbott wants to change, and I agree. And as soon as we make sure that in the state of Texas, if Houston keeps conducting itself the same way that San Antonio and other cities conduct themselves, then no money is coming to Houston from the state. We need to do that on a state level. We also need to do it on a federal level.
But Matt, my problem with this is, why are we so worried about getting rid of all of the Mexicans or Hispanics that are quote unquote here, if they're illegal or not? At the end of the day, many of them are paying taxes. Many of them have been here for generations and decades. And Matt, trying to get rid of 4, 5, or 3 million people all at once is not going to work. We don't have the resources.
We don't have to do it all at once.
And secondly, Matt, listen, there is no such thing as an illegal Mexican immigrant coming into Texas, because they're only coming home. Texas, Arizona, and California was stole from the Mexicans.
Don't start
this. All belongs to them. So they're only coming home. And then here it is, you white folks stole the land from the Indians, but yet you're the natural, real illegal immigrant.
So let's start with the things you said that are already wrong. First of all, they're coming here. They're not paying any taxes. You're telling me they're paying taxes? You're not paying taxes.
Man, they are paying taxes.
No, they're not paying any taxes.
Man, when they buy a product, they pay a tax on it.
Let's continue.
When they buy a car, they pay a tax on it.
You come into this country illegally, and that's why they have to be sent back to wherever they came from. They want to come through the front door. That is the correct way to come in. And the city of Houston has to stop allowing this, or we're never going to get them to stop coming here. Look, Matt, that's what we got to do. Follow the law.
But Matt, where is the compassion that the indigenous Indians had for white people in this country?
Keep going back.
They let you all come in.
What are you going
and
back?
You came in and raised a whole lot of hell.
Don't start.
Trump called Mexicans rapists. He called them criminals. Trump called the Mexicans illegal criminals coming into America. One of the biggest illegal criminals ever coming to America was white people.
So you don't give a damn if people break into this country.
I don't give a damn.
I wonder what's going to happen when they come rob your house.
I don't give a damn about hypocrites who came here illegally and stole all of this and now want to blame them before they're coming back home. To all of the Mexicans, don't worry about this. Just keep having babies, and in 30 years, all these white folks will be under your control.
To Americans, let's stand up and do what the hell we're supposed to do and stop letting the city of Houston be an open door. This ain't no sanctuary city.
Don't listen to
this
that.
This is a real city.
Just keep having babies. At the end of the day, you'll run everything in Texas. Just keep having babies.
Now you understand why I got to come here every single week, and I gotta go after this man and maybe get through that big school one day.
In 20 years, you're gonna be the minority in Texas.
This ain't Texas. Ain't no hold 'em. Lay your cards down, 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 down. Hey, Mexicans coming back to take that land. Texas belongs to them. That's their land. Y'all living on their land. But you got a problem with Mexicans. That doesn't surprise me. Y'all had a problem with the indigenous people as well. But the first people on this earth were black people. And y'all hate us. This ain't Texas. Ain't no hold 'em. God be a will in the vessel, because this country is going to need it. It is going to need it, Lord Jesus. This is more about Trump.
Hey, let me see if I got this all the way straight. A convicted felon just pardoned other convicted felons? That sentence alone is fucked up. A criminal just set free on the street other criminals. And this ain't just a regular criminal. This criminal was and is currently supported by law enforcement, and he set free people who attacked law enforcement. He's supported by cops so much so that a sheriff broke regulations to make a video saying,
I think it's time we put a felon in the White House.
And that guy just put back on the street over 100 criminals who attacked people that wear the same uniform as that sheriff. The same type of uniform. A guy who is currently backed by the blue set free people who literally beat the blue. And not only did he set free criminals, he set free white supremacists. All you black people that said Kamalaharris ain't black enough, does her blackness matter now? Or is it not a thing no more? All the people that said Joe Biden was too old, Sleepy Joe gotta go. The guy who was only 3 years younger than him just freed over 100 criminals who attacked law enforcement and democracy. Free. They free? They free? All of them people in that picture, all of them free. The people pushing up against the officers there, the people crushing that cop right there, they free. The people who are responsible for that officer right there losing his life, all of them are free. Has it set in yet what y'all put in motion? Y'all must have really been pissed about the price of eggs. Oh, wait a minute. That can't be it, because he said he can't do shit about the price of eggs. Literally, he said that. Gas prices. Gotta be gas prices, right? Oh, wait a minute. He's beholden to the corporations, and he has said he wants to make the corporations more money. So it's not gas prices. I get it. I know why y'all totally cool with a convicted criminal felon freeing other felons who attacked cops. It's because he's a Christian. Oh, wait, that's not it, because he couldn't even put his hand on the Bible when he was being sworn in. Okay, so if it's not eggs, and then it's not gas prices, it's not, he's not a Christian, there's got to be a good reason why y'all are okay with a convicted felon freeing other convicted felons. It's got to be a good reason. It'll come to me.
We all know the reason. People that are black and brown, we know the reason of all of it. Don't fool yourselves. You know the reason. Come on, you know. They know. Good old Dunny boy still pulling the same old stunts he has been pulling since he was birthed. Him and Elon both came out the womb evil because they had already had a price set up with Satan.
Those people were criminally convicted, and Donald Trump didn't care a bit about safer communities when he released those who were convicted of beating the shit out of police officers. So don't come to us and talk about security and safer communities when you do that. Well, Mr. President, convicted felon, release 1,600 people.
Parts of Congress are disappointed in Donald Trump's decision, and they have every right to be disappointed in it because he just spit in the face of the blue suits, and the blue suits voted Donald Trump into office. Yes, the police, Mr. Officer, y'all voted Donald Trump in, and he just spit in your face and told you you are nothing to him. After they beat y'all up at the Capitol, you still voted for a monster. You did. And you're proud of it. You're going to eat those words, and every letter of that vote you put in, you will eat thee. Let me show y'all something that Trump did to JD Vance's wife. But it doesn't surprise me. He loved to grab him by the ussy. This is what your president did to Vance's wife.
Oh, hell no, man. What the fuck, man? Get your ass on, man. Get your goddamn ugly ass.
I'm going to play that again because you know what they like to do? MAGA and the Republicans that are sick in the head for Trump, they love to tell you you did not see what you saw. I'm going to play it again.
Oh, hell no, man. What the fuck, man? Get your ass on, man. Get your goddamn ugly ass.
The white Americans in law, you may not do nothing to Donald Trump or Elon, but God will handle them. We are living in revelations, and God is going to handle them. Because right now, the white man feels he has an upper hand in everything, but you cannot defeat God. You may do a lot of pain on this earth, but God is going to make sure 2025, you feel the pain you put on the people. Just like Trump, Elon Musk, Satan, the Antichrist is moving, so is God. And God spoke through that bishop that I'm about to show you again to refresh your memory. I keep telling y'all the safest place is in the whole wide world is in the will of God. And Donald Trump is not in the will of God, nor is JD Vance. Trump is JD's God. But the thing is, Elon nor Vance give a F about Trump. Vance wants to be president so he can be more evil than Trump.
All I can say is, wow. Did you hear how that clergy, that woman of the cloth, that woman of God spoke to Donald Trump in the softest of humility? Did you hear that? That is like God pleading with you. Listen to me. Listen to what I'm saying to you. If you do what I'm asking you to do, you'll have the most magnificent presidency. But if you don't do what I'm asking you to do, then this is going to be the worst presidency of your life. If you thought it was bad the last time you didn't win, it's going to get worse. But the way that clergyman, the way that woman of God stood up there and humbly submitted herself and spoke so softly to Donald Trump about how to treat people, about how to be merciful to people. And the look, in the beginning, he was listening. And Melania, she did like this. And then all of a sudden, the look of disdain became her face too. Then all of a sudden, Donald Trump did like, I'm going to do what I want to do. Ain't nobody going to tell me what to do. I'm going to do what I want to do, when I want to do it, how I want to do it. Y'all can stop talking to me about having some kind of sympathy. They didn't have no sympathy for me. But the way she spoke, I'm telling y'all, this is a test. This is a test for Donald Trump. And the people around him, even J.D. Vance and his wife, Usha, she was sitting there and she was listening. But the way
Listen to the woman, because I'm gonna play this again because I want y'all to grasp this what this lady's saying. Listen to her. I'm gonna rewind this song because I want y'all to grasp this, because y'all sitting there thinking Trump is your master, he's your savior. He cannot defeat God. You don't have to serve the same God I serve, and I'm not worried about, because I know where my soul is going.
That woman of the cloud, that woman of God, spoke to Donald Trump in the softest of humility. Did you hear that? That is like God pleading with you. Listen to me. Listen to what I'm saying to you. If you do what I'm asking you to do, you'll have the most magnificent presidency. But if you don't do what I'm asking you to do, then this is going to be the worst presidency of your life. If you thought it was bad the last time you didn't win, it's going to get worse. But the way that clergyman, the way that woman of God stood up there and humbly submitted herself and spoke so softly to Donald Trump about how to treat people, about how to be merciful to people. And the look, in the beginning, he was listening. And Melania, she did like this. And then all of a sudden, the look of disdain became her face too. Then all of a sudden, Donald Trump did like, I'm going to do what I want to do. Ain't nobody going to tell me what to do. I'm going to do what I want to do, when I want to do it, how I want to do it. Y'all can stop talking to me about having some kind of sympathy. They didn't have no sympathy for me. But the way she spoke, I'm telling y'all, this is a test. This is a test for Donald Trump. And the people around him, even J.D. Vance and his wife, Usha, not Usha. She was sitting there and she was listening. But the way, all of a sudden, it seems like they heart, you had some people, they heart was still soft. But the way they were sitting there like, look, we just here for the ceremony. When we leave, we going to do what we want to do. It was like a slap in God's face. This is not finished, y'all. This is not done. And I sat there and I looked at Melania. And to sit there and look at her and notice that her face has become as rigid and as cold as his. Y'all, just pray for the president. That's all I got to say.
Ma'am, I love God, and God know me better than anybody, because I don't have my own conversations with God. I will not be praying for a man to hate my people. I already taken this up with God, and he ain't pleased with my thought on that. But I got to live with it. I will not be praying for Donald Trump, because he is not of God. This man is a reprobated mind, and you are wasting your prayers when you pray for a reprobated mind, because God does not hear Donald Trump. So don't waste your prayers on him. Pray for everybody else except him and his cult. I'm going to let y'all listen to an ex-MAGA member and see what she has to say about J6. She said they did. She said she decided not to be forgiven for what she did January 6, 2021. She is going to live with it because she said they did it. That's a strong person. And that lets me know she has already given herself to God, because she's standing by that. Yes, they did destroy the Capitol building. Yes, they did harm the police. Yes, they did try to go in and harm the Congress people. She's standing by.
That's the mega, I don't know how to explain it, but they have this way of demeaning you and putting you down. And that's what they've got going right now, is this huge gaslighting smear campaign going on, telling me that it was a peaceful protest. I was there. I was there when they pushed those gates and those officers, and when they stepped on my head. And it was an officer that saved my life that day. Biden is right on with everything he's saying. Trump is a dangerous, and I mean dangerous, narcissist. He's a cult leader. He needs to be put in prison. He's not any different than his friend. What was that guy that just got, they're saying that he was killed himself in the prison? Epstein? funds with Epstein. Trump is disgusting.
Ex-MAGA. Yeah. She was a part of MAGA. She's no longer with MAGA. So we're going to go to some parts about Elon Musk. Elania Musty. The one that has the hair plugs. Had a lot of work done to make himself look more human and not alien-like. That's what we're going to talk about. Elania Musk.
Yeah, this is being led by Elon Musk and Israel because they're mad they're being labeled a far-right conspiracy theorist and a rogue nation committing a genocide, which they both are, right? Someone else pointed out, like, oh, Wikipedia must be biased because it uses the term far-right a lot more than far-left. How about no? Because the far-right does commit a lot more acts of violence and extremism worldwide, historically and today. They're backed by billionaire capital. They're coddled by the media, neither of which the far left can claim, right? Like, these people want to gaslight you and control every single narrative, and then they want to turn around and be like, no, you control the media. You're the one censoring free speech. Like, no, you guys are. They're the ones who have taken over the government, are purging it of anyone who's not loyal. They're filling it with all these people, these civilians who pledge loyalty, who have filled Trump's pockets. They're the ones who block the actual teaching of history of what really happened because their little feelings can't handle it. It's literally all them.
I second everything this young man has said. They will flip the script and try to make you think you are the problem when they're the problem. They're causing harm. And these videos are about Elon and his evil ways. Elon has been evil his entire life. This is nothing new. The things he's doing now is nothing new. One moment, please. I'm waiting on the videos to download. Elon Musk and Donald Trump are the same people. They both are evil. They both hate black and brown people. They both believe that women don't deserve a place on this earth, that they should just sit and be quiet and lay down and take whatever man put on them. That's what they believe. I don't believe any of that. I'm all for women's rights. They believe women don't have any rights. And Melania looks like death becomes her. You ever saw that movie? That's what she looks like.
Elon Musk's Nanny exposes it all.
Because I go, is he human? I asked my aunt. I don't know. There's Illuminati. He opened up something, a portal, a Stargate, whatever. But he was excited, and he was jumping up and down. And
he was able to open up a Stargate in his room.
Whatever you want to call it.
Do y'all not recall that I told y'all the night before the inauguration, there was a portal open? Didn't she just tell you that Elon has done that before? The inauguration being on Martin Luther King Day was a ritual. Again, the night before the inauguration, while they was out there having that celebration, that was a portal opened. The day of the inauguration on Martin Luther King's Day was a ritual that was being done. And Donald Trump is seeing it all the way through. The safest place is in the will of God.
When I was a girl, I was procured and sent to work for a family. There was a boy, the boy's mother, and the boy's grandfather. They were coming from Africa. They were white as me. I thought they'd be black. And because of something the boy did, I never told what he did. The boy did something very dark. And he was very little. And then one day I asked someone in the circle, Imelda, Joaquin's mother. I asked Imelda, I said, is he the Antichrist? I was 13 years old. She didn't even blink. She said, no, but he will present the mark. And when you see him do that, the Antichrist will take the stage. So, now here we are, 40 years later. Boom, that boy is the star of the world. The boy's name then was Elyon. It's changed over time. 40 years later, and you see that boy everywhere, and the world adores him, but he's the king of Babylon.
Again, the safest place is in the will of God. And I rebuke anybody putting anything evil in my chat. I rebuke you and I return to sender 10 times more.
No wonder Elon Musk never hires a nanny. There's a deeper, chilling reason behind it. Musk is very fond of his children and even demands that his bodyguards like his kids. But despite this, he has never hired a nanny for them. First, his ex-wife, Tallulah Riley, did not allow him to hire a nanny. Riley did not feel comfortable leaving the kids in the hands of a nanny. She was willing to sacrifice her career just to personally take care of them. After their divorce, Musk still did not trust anyone to look after the children, especially his younger son, X. Musk personally took care of almost everything for X, even bringing him along to events. Secondly, X is very attached to Musk and is an independent child who does not enjoy being taken care of by others. Additionally, there are often people on social media who claim to be Musk's nannies, and they make strange comments that have negatively impacted his reputation. In reality, Musk's family never hired a nanny when he was young, and even after he moved to the U.S. alone at the age of 17, he has never hired one and has no intention of doing so in the future. Interestingly, although Musk doesn't need a nanny, he has shown a keen interest in developing robotic nannies. However, due to strong opposition, he eventually stopped pursuing the research for this project. If you had Musk's wealth, would you consider hiring a nanny?
He opposed nannies because what has happened in his childhood, the nanny exposed him for the evil that he's doing. That's the real reason he opposes nannies.
Elon Musk tried to sacrifice me to his friends, and he opened a gateway to the abyss when he was a little boy. And Jesus, those creatures in there, they are subject to Jesus' name.
That's the nanny speaking, because she already told you Elon and his friends were in the room and they opened up a portal, and kids do it too. They learn witchcraft and Satanism at a young age.
And it's being sucked in. I know this sounds ridiculous, but my aunt told me don't let nothing happen to that effing little kid. And normally I would never let anything happen to a child that was watching. I would run between them and a pit bull. And I said, the way she said it, I said, why? And she goes, he's going to rule the world someday. And I'm like, what? Him? What do you mean? Why? And she said, don't you know nothing? They're the Illuminati. She would always do that to me. But she'd say, don't let nothing happen to him. He's going to rule the world someday. And I was like, that kid? You know, so I grabbed his little arm and I got sucked in. I got sucked into, it's like we went up and then we went down. And it was dark in there, but it was glowing. And I can only tell you that when I remember my peripheral vision because I was afraid to look at it, because when you're a little kid, you look at the cartoons and there's a bad boogeyman in the Scooby-Doo and you see its glowing eyes. It's like, don't look at his eyes, he'll get you. And I remember that whole, if you don't look at their eyes, they can't get you. And I was being sucked in and sucked down, and I had his little arm. And it was weird because there was no bottom.
I get what she's saying. Because you can be dealing with people and they're into a darker spirit that you know nothing about. And you can be sucked in, not literally meaning there's no bottom, but you feel like there's no bottom. There's no way out. One moment, please. Just a moment. I gotta wait till it downloads.
Lots of people were shocked to see Elon Musk do a hand gesture that looked a lot like a Nazi salute at Trump's inauguration. Let's see what people here in Germany think of it.
No.
I'm just like freezing. I can't believe that that's really happening. I can't imagine what it's going to be like the next 4 years if this is just the beginning.
If he would be doing this in Germany, he would be arrested on the spot. I know some people might come with the excuse that he is autistic. And as someone who is autistic myself, this is not an excuse. I would never do this gesture.
We had this, and we don't need this. And now we have to do some things that this won't escalate.
I don't really follow up on the internal things that's going on in the US, but let me say it like this, I'm not surprised.
America, really? You don't want that. Germany had it. Don't need to be repeated.
But MAGA wants it. Why does MAGA like the idea of Elon Musk doing that hand gesture that belongs to Hitler? Because MAGA like who they are. They like Trump because that's who they are. They like Elon because that's who they are. Evil loves evil. One moment, please. It has to download. So just a moment. And please subscribe to Occupy Democrat.
2025, but what you're about to see now has my vote for Video of the Year. It's a three-part compilation from Donald Trump's inaugural prayer service, and it's a labor of love to bring it to you. Part one is full of hilarious irony, considering what Donald Trump used to call Joe Biden. And part two is a scathing takedown of Donald Trump to his face by the bishop presiding over the service. And part three shows a dumbfounded Trump trying to muster up a rebuttal to the bishop on the other side of the service. And now for the first clip. Check out the man who often referred to Joe Biden as Sleepy Joe catch a nap as the service unfolded before him. It appears that someone became very exhausted after dancing himself silly to YMCA. And now watch as Donald Trump becomes very awake and very agitated as the bishop points the sermon directly at Trump's smug face in a move no one saw coming.
Let me make one final plea, Mr. President. Millions have put their trust in you. And as you told the nation yesterday, you have felt the providential hand of a loving God. In the name of our God, I ask you to have mercy upon the people in our country who are scared now. There are gay, lesbian, and transgender children in Democratic, Republican, and independent families, some who fear for their lives. And the people who pick our crops and clean our office buildings, who labor in poultry farms and meatpacking plants, who wash the dishes after we eat in restaurants and work the night shifts in hospitals, they may not be citizens or have the proper documentation. But the vast majority of immigrants are not criminals. They pay taxes and are good neighbors. They are faithful members of our churches and mosques, synagogues, wadara, and temples. I ask you to have mercy, Mr. President, on those in our communities whose children fear that their parents will be taken away, and that you help those who are fleeing war zones and persecution in their own lands to find compassion and welcome here. Our God teaches us that we are to be merciful to the stranger, for we were all once strangers in this land. May God grant us the strength and courage to honor the dignity of every human being, to speak the truth to one another in love, and walk humbly with each other and our God for the good of all people, good of all people in this nation and the world. Amen.
Oh, he mad. Satan don't like that. The Antichrist is mad.
You just saw Donald Trump's physical reaction to the sermon, and it did not go well. So what was his verbal reaction when pressed for a rebuttal? Check it out as a flustered Donald tries to find the right words to attack the bishop without coming off as the asshole he is.
What did you think of the service?
What did you think? Did you like it? You find it exciting? Not too exciting, was it? I did think it was a good service, though. Thank you very much.
Thank you, press. Thank you, press.
They could do much better.
So is that an instant classic or what? I'm sure Donald Trump is already texting a harsher rebuttal on Truth Social that begins with something like, "That was a disgrace, but I think it was beautiful." As I mentioned, I'm declaring that the video of the year for 2025, and since neither Donald nor the bishop are here to accept their awards, I'll accept 4 of them, and I have some people to thank. First off, I'd like to thank the bishop for having the courage to say that to Donald Trump's face and marking the resistance to come. Secondly, I would like to thank the incompetent team of Donald Trump for not vetting the bishop better. And third, I would like to thank all the people in advance who are just inspired by what the bishop did and will join the resistance in the 4 years to come. Let's continue.
I am definitely inspired by the bishop. She showed bravery. And today, my lipstick I have on for my lipstick collection, the Red Lipstick Hustler, is Brave. This is an organic lipstick, and this shade is Brave, the Red Lipstick Hustler. That is my lipstick line. She showed bravery. And I am so proud of her. She said it to his face. And the rest of y'all are so afraid to tell Donald Trump the truth. But a word and a woman of God told him to his face, you need to be kind to everyone. And he didn't like it. So what I read to you all yesterday that he said to her, she's nasty. Oh, he loved to call women nasty. So I say, nasty boys, sit your ass down. One moment, please. And this is the history they teach in school. And it's a sack of fool's gold. Fool's gold because Mexicans were here already, Europeans. You're late to the party, Europeans. This is not your land. You're living on stolen land. Mexicans were here already. You're living off fool's gold.
What I do find interesting is that when 30,000 Ukrainians sought asylum here in the city of Chicago, nobody said a mumbling word. But all of a sudden, indigenous people who are trying to get to a land that was robbed from them through colonization, they want me as a black man to be mad at them? You got to be out of your freaking mind.
What he said, you got to be out of your freaking mind, MAGA, and Donald Trumpies, the Trumpettes, the ones that walks around and hold his pissity pants up when it's full. You are out of your freaking mind if you think we're going to side against the brown people that were originally here already. Also, black people was the first people on this earth. Bow down. There's more for you. Eat. Let me cook. Eat. Eat it. Be angry. You should be mad at yourself because you have so much hate that it disgusts you to even hear a black woman say the words that you can't say yourself about your leader, the Antichrist, Donald Trump.
Elon Musk
Musk did not do those salutes. I was not at the rally, but that is simply not the case. And to say so is the American people are
there they go, playing in our face, playing in our face.
Ella Stefanik, who doesn't believe that Elon Musk was doing the salute that we all saw him do, and she's not alone in that. I received several messages today on TikTok from people who were very disappointed in me. People who say, I know he was sharing his heart. People who say, I attacked a man with innocent intentions and with autism. And so they're very upset. One of the allegations is that I intentionally didn't show the full clip, and that gives the context. So I'm going to show the full clip really quickly. Thank you. Whoa, wait a minute. Those guys
play that again.
Doing the bad salute. That doesn't look anything like what Elon's doing. So let me get rid of them and just let him finish out his clip. Thank you. My heart goes out to you. Well, in the words of Owen Wilson, wow. I guess that context changes things. It makes it where he definitely wasn't doing the thing that it looked like he was doing. Although it's worth mentioning, I received many messages today. Those were a couple I received on TikTok. I received a bunch of messages on another platform over on X. You know, the place that has a verified pro-Nazi accounts flourishing. Under who? The owner of it? Elon Musk? Yeah, I received a few messages there as well. Here's one of them from a straight-up Nazi account. And what's funny is, he seems to think that Elon's doing the same thing that I seem to think he's doing. Hey, remember in the beginning when I showed you that clip from Stefanik? Here is Chris Murphy and his rebuttal to her answer.
So let me share with you what a few Americans have said about it. Evan Kilgore, a right-wing political commentator, wrote on X, "Holy crap, did Elon Musk just Heil Hitler at the Trump inauguration rally? This is incredible. We are so back." Andrew Torba, who's the founder of the right-wing Christian nationalist social platform Gab, said incredible things are happening as he amplified the visual. The Proud Boys chapter in Ohio posted the clip on a Telegram channel with the text "Heil Trump." A chapter of the white nationalist group White Lives Matter posted it on Telegram. "Thanks for hearing us, Elon. The white flame will rise again."
But can you even trust that guy? Can you believe for sure that he didn't make up the things that he said those people said because you didn't see them say them? So maybe it'd be helpful if I showed you what, I don't know, white nationalist Nick Fuentes thought of all of this.
And then the, straight up, that was a serious Roman. It wasn't even like a subtle, like a wave, like one of these, like a Laura Ingraham. Remember when Laura Ingraham did that? That was a straight up, Sig Heil, loving Hitler energy. that was like a straight up with intensity Roman salute.
So you're welcome to believe that he was just sharing his heart. But it would seem, between that and the fact that he's handed his massive platform over to Nazis, that the Nazis are convinced that he's a Nazi. And honestly, is that even any better?
No, Elon Musk did not do those salutes. I was not at the rally, but that is simply not the case.
That lady's delusional, and they think we boo-boo the fool. They think black and brown people are the dumbest people of the world, and we must bow down to them because they're much lighter. Stop playing in our effing face. Get you some melon, because we're not fools.
"60 days, I think, for taking part in the Capitol riot, but you're not accepting a pardon. Just explain why that is."
Well, that would be a slap in the face to the rule of law, the Capitol police officers, and to our nation to be a part of anything that they're trying to say about what happened on January 6th. It was an insurrection, and I don't want to be a part of helping them rewrite history. I was guilty.
So
I pleaded guilty. I was guilty.
Right. So you are happy for your conviction to stand?
Absolutely.
You served jail time, 60 days.
I admire
What
this
was it
lady.
that made you take
I
part in
admire her.
the Capitol riot in the first place? What drove you to do it?
Well, you don't realize it at the time. I know now that MAGA is a cult and that Trump is a dangerous narcissist that put out the big lie that the election was stolen. But when you're in the MAGA cult, they gaslight you so much and tell you not to listen to anybody but Trump. And you go along with them. You don't do your own research. You lose your critical thinking and you just start listening to all the lies. But later when as I found out, all of this has been nothing but propaganda and lies, and that Trump truly is a dangerous narcissist. He's now a felon, a criminal. So it's not surprising that he's bringing his other criminals to help him implement whatever he's planning on doing. So,
what was it that made you take part in
I'm going to read a comment before I go further. Someone said, you admire a white lady. Let me tell you something, trash box. I admire anybody that's honest. It doesn't matter that she's white, purple, black, green, yellow, whatever you want to call it. The lady is being honest. That you know nothing about. You mousetrap, chasing after Trump, sniffing on his pissity pins. Sit your wrinkled ass down. Admire your mama. Help her get some Botox she's been getting for a long time. Ain't helping her. She just get ugly and uglier.
Because this is going to be unbelievable, but it's true. Lauren Boebert, the Republican congresswoman from Colorado, is in D.C. right now, outside of the jail, waiting for the January 6th insurrectionist defendants to be released in order to take them on a personalized, guided tour of the Capitol, because I guess their first time wasn't good enough. There's been some holdup in their release, shocking, so she's pushing to get them released faster. What is this supposed to tell us?
Hold off, Jeffro. Hold off. Let me tell you something, you piece of Trump's turd. You say, is that a wig or extension? You are so dumb. Anybody that comes on my chat knows this is all my hair. Stop thinking that beautiful black women cannot have hair, because this is growing from my scalp. And must I refresh your memory? I worked on a set with plenty of white women. They wear more wigs and extensions than black women. No, baby, this is mine, growing from my scalp, which it was much longer than this, and I cut it. It was always almost touching my butt cheeks. Something you would never be able to do is touch a beautiful black woman's cheeks. Because with your wife, your girlfriend, she has nothing back there for anyone to grab and enjoy. I got enough to serve you and the rest of your family ass.
Because this
Go sit out in the sun and let me know if you can handle it, because I can.
Lauren Boebert, the Republican congresswoman from Colorado,
this is the F around and found out day for you.
Outside of the jail, waiting for the January 6th insurrectionist defendants to be released in order to take them on a personalized, guided tour of the Capitol, because I guess their first time wasn't good enough. There's been some holdup in their release, shocking, so she's pushing to get them released faster. What is this supposed to tell us exactly? We're supposed to regard these people as heroes. That's the narrative that they're trying to sell us. This is Trump's America. Many of you voted for this. Many of you are proud of this. You should be ashamed of yourselves. This is a nightmare. And if this app gets banned again, please follow me on my other platforms, because I will not stop providing this information. Link in my bio.
Oh, they proud of it, because it allows them to be more racist than ever. And they think we're going to bow down because that Dunny boy, their minister, their pastor, their savior has told them, oh, it's okay, but you're going to F around and find out. Pay attention to the white chairs, because I will whoop your ass all over the screen.
President Trump, listen very carefully. Greenland has been part of the Danish kingdom for 800 years. It's an integrated part of our country. It is not for sale. Let me put it in words you might understand. Mr. Trump, fuck off. Dear President Trump, listen very carefully. Greenland has been part of the Danish kingdom for 800 years. It's an integrated part of our country. It is not for sale. Let me put it in words you might understand.
You know what's pathetic, Matthew Holland? If you're a Trumpster, MAGA in my chat. Listen carefully. Size matters. You got to worry because your wife is getting bent over right now by a black man with one that's huge, bigger than my arm. You fool in my chat. You want to come in here and get scorched by my tongue? I have no problem doing it to you. You big piece of turf that Donald Trump just hit out. Stop coming over here. You don't like me and I don't like you. Grow. Then you can come back over here and talk your SHIT. You can't come talking SHIT with the size of this because your wife not happy.
This right here is Daniel Ball. He's one of the January 6th insurrectionists, one of the violent ones who Donald Trump freed as part of his executive order. The thing is, the second that he was freed by Donald Trump and pardoned by Donald Trump, he went right back to jail. Let me explain. So within 24 hours after being released from prison by Donald Trump, he was sent back to jail for violating the law for illegal possession of a firearm by a felon. All in addition to what he did on January 6th, had 3 prior felony convictions. Domestic violence, battery by strangulation, resisting law enforcement with violence, and battery against a law enforcement officer. Back the blue, huh? That's the thing about Trump's pardons. These weren't just people who happened to be moseying about around the Capitol on January 6th. Many of these people are violent criminals who have not only on January 6th, but in other times of their life, violently assaulted police officers. An insider reported that when Donald Trump was thinking about who he should pardon, he ultimately said the following: "Eff it, release them all." I'm sure this is just going to be the first case of one of the violent insurrectionists who Donald Trump released heading back to prison. To stay up to date on all the news, make sure you're following us right now. So this right
Subscribe
here
to Midas Touch Network on YouTube, Midas Touch Network. They're on Instagram as well. Subscribe to their channel. I'm going to read what Maggot Johnson, Curtis Johnson has said, and Maggot Brain Billy Hadley has said. Curtis Johnson, a piece of SHIT, said, "What about them eyebrows though? What about your thin lips? You can't even grip your wife's vagina properly because there's nothing there to grip her to make her feel good. So she prefers a black man, and she's just not telling you." Bill Hadley, he said, "Ooh, nasty, stinky. Oh, you go with your nasty like Donald Trump, honey. Your wife been told me long time ago she always kept a black man on the side, but you just a breadwinner, and she uses you for your money. Sit down, be humble, and enjoy the ride. Because you don't want me to stick something up your rear, which I know you enjoy. How about a broomstick? And stop using your wife's toys when she ain't around."
Impression of white Republican women coming on the internet bitching and moaning over a voting decision that they made intentionally, but now their friends and family won't speak to them and they want your sympathy. Featuring my tear stick. This week has been really hard for me.
The white woman tears. She give you examples.
My family stopped talking to me over a decision that I felt was right in my heart. And this is really hard for me because I've never had to self-reflect a day in my life. And I really don't know what happened to just respecting other people's opinions and other political views. I mean, I know I voted for a fascist that's going to strip rights away from women and queer people and immigrants and increase police spending that systemically kills and incarcerates Black people as forms of modern day lynching and slavery. But I don't have to think about that because I'm a white woman in America. I'm trying so hard not to cry, I'm sorry. Why do I have to think about people besides myself?
Because I'm a good Christian woman. And I know this is my impression of white Republican women coming on the internet bitching and moaning.
We know what black people learned. We gave up a long time ago. White women tears. We just look at you and we think, what a foolish little Becky. Becky with the good hair that put on her knee pads for the black man. And the white man is mad about it. Yeah, Becky with the good hair. She been giving head to the Harlem Boys Choir. AC, what's good, AC? What's good? Keep up the fight for democracy, Queen. I love you back. I love you back more than tenfold. Thank you.
Thanksgiving celebrates Native genocide. Thomas Jefferson owned over 600 slaves. Christmas, pagan holiday. Jesus wasn't his name and he wasn't white. George Washington, slave owner and rapist. Thanksgiving celebrates Native genocide. Thomas Jefferson owned over 600 slaves. Christmas, pagan holiday. Jesus wasn't his name and he wasn't white. George Washington, slave owner and rapist.
We all know that the religion Christian originally came from Africa. The white man changed the name. Then he come up with this pagan holiday Christmas that people tend to love. I care nothing about. The white men come here, the Europeans, because they was poor in the white people that came here from Europe, they were nothing in Europe. So they came here to start over to fool the world that they're the most powerful. Okay, Satan followers. Jeff Bezos, one of the people that was at the Trump inauguration. Jeff Bezos, which is a Cuban, so he should be put up out of here too. Yeah. Jeff Bezos deletes the LGBTQ plus rights and equity for Black people from Amazon corporate policies. I've been stopped shopping with Amazon, and Black people, you can get on Temu. You can get, honey, TikTok is over there blessing people. That's why Jeff Bezos don't want TikTok gone, because it's over there blessing people. People stopped effing with Amazon a long time ago. Must I preach to you on this day? Stop going over there to Amazon because they don't like you. Your rights don't matter to Bezos.
Elon Musk was just forced by a judge to release the names of the people who bought X with him. One of the names was the creator of Oracle, Larry Ellison, via the Lawrence J. Ellison Revocable Trust. Funny thing about the Oracle data collection software is that it started as a secret CIA project 3 years before Larry created it. I mean, he didn't even change the name of it, see, Project Oracle. And his biggest contracts were always with the CIA. Elon Musk uses the illusion of freedom of speech as a smokescreen. So we forget that X is like every other social media platform. Data collection software with ties to the CIA. Another weird name on the list was Sean Combs Capital, adding spy
That's P. Diddy, the nasty one.
Diddy investments. So Elon Musk was just forced by a judge to release the names of the people who bought X with him. One of the
Elon has ties with the worst people. Why? Because he's a horrible man. So what do you expect? He got ties with P. Diddy. You are who you associate with.
Don't you feel like you being used, MAGA? I want to talk to all my MAGA brethren and sister and then they, you know. How do you feel knowing that you can't?
Okay.
This can't be your first time that Doodoo Don the one in your pocket. It just can't be, because the man been asking y'all for money for the wildest shit. We don't see the shoe. We done seen the watches. We done reported right here on the Kenny Burns Show all the things this man done put into your world for you to buy, and you buying it.
Hi, everyone. This is your favorite president, Donald J. Trump, with some very exciting news. My last 2 Trump digital trading card collections sold out in just hours. And now I'm back with my latest series called the Mugshot Edition. I wonder where that came from.
Now, just like all of the Bitcoin and all other things going up in price, he comes with a coin. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I have a conspiracy. And my conspiracy is that he is going to disrupt the U.S. dollar so much, also while being tied in to the coin bases in the world of crypto, where they have all of your information, which, by the way, there's been a lot of fraud and theft, and people getting robbed, and their information getting taken, and their bank accounts being depleted. Ladies and gentlemen, if somebody was to have the power over you to change a monetary system that you've known and abided by and participated your whole life, and then all of a sudden it's all gone, they changing the rules every day, ladies and gentlemen. Every single day since this man has been running for president this term, he's in office now, but he's been running for, things have been changing. Now that he's in office, the conspiracy is that more is going to change, and I hope and pray that you are built to adapt and adjust, child, because it's all changing. How don't you feel like you're being used, man? I want to talk to all.
They don't realize that when you're in a cult, I've never been in a cult. My mind is too strong to even adjust to some of the bull crap these preachers put out. I'm not the cult person to try to recruit because I'm going to do something to you and you least expect it. Y'all see that? Somebody done that to Elon's cars. They're a piece of junk. All his cars is a piece of junk.
Police are searching for the man who vandalized Trump Tower last night. A witness told officers that someone threw rocks, breaking 6 windows at the hotel. Then the man ran away, heading north on Rush. And Chicago police are searching for the man who vandalized Trump Tower last night. A witness told officers that someone threw rocks, breaking 6 windows at the hotel. Then the man ran away.
All I can say, who telling? Nobody saw anything. Nobody in Chicago saw anything. Nobody. No one's telling anything. No one saw anything. Did y'all see anything in Chicago? Nope. Nobody saw anything. Not at all. Y'all already been trying to hypnotize our eyes and tell us we didn't see what we saw. So, hey, the people in Chicago didn't see anything. No one's coming forward.
Breaking news right now.
While all of you guys are distracted with the presidential election, I want you to know that there's something interesting happening right under your nose. And maybe if you did your research, you would understand that this is a big deal. It's snowing in Pensacola, Florida. Why is that a big deal? Well, not only is it snowing in Pensacola, Florida, it's snowing in New Orleans. It's snowing in places that it has never snowed before. And not just a light dusting of snow. Some of these areas are experiencing up to 10 inches of snow. It's snowing at the beach in Pensacola, Florida. What does that mean? Think about it. Go look at the TikTok right now. It's snowing in Florida. 10 inches. But you're not paying attention. I'm out.
Things are happening according to the Bible, but I just didn't imagine it'd get this bad. I know God is real. I know his word is real, but I never imagined that it would get this bad. I live here in Atlanta, Georgia. This is the second in 2 weeks we have had snow. It's snow out there now. It snowed last week, this week. What is going on here? Atlanta doesn't get snow like that. We haven't had snow in many years. And I've been here over 20 something years. Florida doesn't get snow. No.
You're taking that out of context. I'm neurodivergent. No, see, it doesn't even mean that. Like, it's a different kind of greeting. It's like an old Scandinavian greeting that means like something. Have a great day.
That's to Elon Musk, because that's to the people that's telling us that we're taking Elon Musk salute to Hitler out of context. We said F you all for playing in our face.
President Trump, I just saw your press conference with President Putin, and it was embarrassing. I mean, you stood there like a little wet noodle, like a little fanboy. I mean, I was asking myself, when are you going to ask him for an autograph or for a selfie? President Trump, I just saw your press conference with President Putin, and it was embarrassing. I mean, you stood there.
Trump is an embarrassment. And the only people that don't see him as an embarrassment, because they too are the same people. You can't expect anything more than people with the brain the size of a maggot. This is humorous. Bruce Jenner, Caitlyn Jenner. Oh, Bruce. Can't decide one day if he want to be a he or a she. Bruce Jenner says, "Congratulations, Mr. President. Thanks be to God." We don't serve the same God. Of course not. So he just ordered the government to call him Bruce again. So I'm going to call you Bruce. I never stopped calling you Bruce. You're not a Caitlyn. You was born a man. I can't show respect to those that do not respect my color. I show respect to those who respect me. There are some, they want me to call them he or she, I don't mind. But I would never give Bruce Jenner that.
Wait a minute. Now I'm hearing it wasn't a Nazi salute. It just looked like one. And I just want to say all those people, this means I love you. I love you. I love you so much. Wait a minute. Now I'm hearing it wasn't.
They don't play it in our face for the past couple of days. They think we're dumb. We ain't dumb. We know exactly what's going on. We do. And this fool right here. This fool.
I need you to do me a favor right now. I need you to go buy the official Lorenzo Sewell coin. I want you to be able to see politics become manifest, not just in a way where we're praying over political gatherings, but where we're seeing us become the hands and the feet of the Lord Jesus Christ. Would you help me? Would you help us in this endeavor? Would you go and purchase the coin in order for us to do what we need to do in the ministry? We do transportation, housing, education.
I can't listen to him. That's that same fool that was at Donald Trump's inauguration, hooping and hollering, pretending that he cares about Martin Luther King. I saw right through him, and I see through him now. Donnie boy done gave him a coin, and he think he's doing something. And you're using God's name to manipulate the people. The church is already taking the people's money already. They already going broke. They give up their light bill, their mortgage money. Now you want them to buy a coin with your image. I knew he was full of it when I saw him up there hooping and hollering.
Elon Musk just became the wealthiest man in the world, which wouldn't be concerning at all if he weren't also the man who wanted to merge us with the machine, the one working on chips that go in the mind and in the brain. It would also be far less concerning if he wasn't stepping into politics and getting his hand in government. Already has a lot of government contracts through SpaceX. we could be seeing the rise of the beast take shape right before our very eyes. And if it isn't him, it's someone that's going to look just like him. We're there. It's almost time.
I told y'all.
Elon Musk.
I told y'all. The Antichrist.
Causes inflation is government overspending because the checks never bounce.
So you mean like the estimated $4.9 billion the government has overspent to subsidize you building your empire? That kind of overspending? Imagine that between grants and tax breaks and subsidized construction, discounted loans and environmental credits. The government has given this self-made billionaire nearly $5 billion. And that's just the US government. Globally speaking, Tesla might be one of the more heavily subsidized private corporations in history. Subsidies they receive.
Elon wants more of the American money, the government's money. They already have given him close to $5 billion, but they're taking away from the veterans. They're taking away Medicaid, Medicare. They're taking away what Joe Biden had given, a cap on $2,000 a month for medications. They're taking away from the federal people being able to work from home. They're taking away, have gotten rid of a lot of people that work at the federal building. They are on leave. What else do y'all want taken? MAGA doesn't think. You're going to be left with nothing. Because you can sit up here in my chat and parade all you want, MAGA. That free assistance you getting, you're not going to get it anymore. Honestly, you don't deserve it.
Got some very ominous news about a local CBS reporter who has now been fired after speaking out against the gesture that Elon Musk made on stage the other day after the inauguration. Here's an article about this in the Milwaukee Journal Sentinel. CBS 58 weather reporter Sam Cuffle is out after criticizing Elon Musk's arm gesture. The article goes on to say that a Milwaukee TV weather forecaster has been dropped by her station one day after she criticized Elon Musk on social media for his straight arm gesture that many have likened to a Nazi salute. Staffers at WDJT-TV Channel 58 were alerted by email on Wednesday that meteorologist Sam Cuffle had left the station. Her biography and picture had been removed from Channel 58 website by Wednesday afternoon. Here's a quote from a staff memo from news director Jesse Garcia. It says, meteorologist Sam Cuffle is no longer employed at CBS 58. A search for a replacement is underway, and this all came after this right-wing radio host, Dan O'Donnell, had criticized Cuffle on social media, specifically on X or Twitter, for her two Instagram posts, which were criticizing Elon Musk in a very sharp way. Let me show you those. So here was the post from that Dan O'Donnell who was calling her out, and here are her posts right here. You can see them here. She did two posts about the action that Elon Musk was doing, being very critical of it. O'Donnell's post sparked outrage and right-wing.
If you tell the truth, you shame the devil, and you're going to be punished. Oh, well, dang it. I'm going to keep telling the truth. I will. I'm not going to stop telling the truth. So she's fired from CBS News because she told the truth, what her eyes saw. She didn't lie at all. She simply told the truth. We all saw what Elon Musk did. And y'all want to tell us that we didn't see that? Sucker.
Christians are known more for their support of the
I'm not even going to show this because this don't pertain to them. They're not Christians. MAGA is not Christians. Nor is Donald Trump. He wouldn't even put his hand on the Bible. Y'all, we are living in times where you better make sure you're right with God. I ain't talking about Donald Trump. That's MAGA's God. The God from heaven. The God in the word of the truth. We are in times where it's not safe in any form. And if you ever feel you have nowhere to turn to God. Because I can tell that's what that lady did to decide to squill on MAGA and tell the truth about what happened January 6, 2021, that lady found God because she realized Donald Trump is not her savior. And the rest of them, you can't save them. They're too brainwashed. It's worse than the Jim Jones situation. They've been drinking the Kool-Aid too long. They can't be saved at all. Sad times, sad times. That's what we're living in.
Donald Trump is now suggesting the
Hold on.
prosecuting President Joe Biden after President
How can you prosecute President Joe Biden? Listen to this mess, y'all. I'm glad I didn't stop here.
Donald Trump is now suggesting the possibility of prosecuting President Joe Biden after President Biden did not pardon himself before leaving office. Watch this clip. Now, before I show you, if you don't yet follow me on my Instagram, Substack, or YouTube, that's where all of TikTok is ever banned. They're all linked in my bio for more.
This guy went around giving everybody pardons. And you know, the funny thing, maybe the sad thing, is he didn't give himself a pardon. And if you look at it, it all had to do with him.
Many are asking what Donald Trump's plans are to lower the cost of groceries in America to help fix the economy, but this is what he is talking about right now in his first Oval Office interview with Fox News host Sean Hannity about the possibility of potentially prosecuting.
That man is disgusting. Okay, federal judge temporarily blocks Trump's order seeking to end birthright citizenship. Hold on, I'm gonna show you what I'm talking about. I'm gonna read it again. Federal judge temporarily end birthright citizenship ends Trump's order to seek the end to birthright citizenship for children of migrants. Speak, Lord. We need to hear you, God. God needs to move fast. And if the aliens come to they came to get Donald Trump, take them. We're tired. Take them. Please take them. We're tired. The American people are sick and tired.
Incredible, brilliant plan how he was going to bring peace to Ukraine in 24 hours. He said during the campaign it would actually happen 24 hours after the election. That didn't happen. Then 24 hours after inauguration. That didn't happen. But during the campaign, he said he's got the plan. He can't share it, though. It's top secret. Well, he just rolled out the plan, and Russia and Putin are cracking up. They are mocking the you-know-what out of him. This is the most pathetic thing I've seen. Donald Trump's brilliant plan, surprise, surprise, he was going to send a mean message to Vladimir Putin on Truth Social with all caps and exclamation points, and that was going to make Putin scared. By the way, it's not even that mean of a message, and it's a very bizarre post, but this was Trump's plan. I'm gonna go on social media, and I'm going to post things. This is ridiculous. Donald Trump said that he had this incredible, brilliant
Putin is laughing at that old man. Putin laughing at Donald Trump because Putin doesn't wear Depends. Putin doesn't run around here with a pissy Depends. No, he doesn't. At all. He's nothing like Donald Trump. I don't give him any honor, but he's nothing like Donald Trump.
Why not? There's a few people in my comment section that seem to have a problem with the fact that I have a certain category of people in my scope. Well, why don't we just take a look at why that is? Now, before I even get started, to not like an entire category of people just because of a few is straight up delusional and ignorant. All right, Ashkenazi. All right, now, if this is you, you should probably already know this, but in case you don't, the original meaning of Ashkenazi is German, nothing else. It wasn't until later on that they added all these other areas to it. The original word literally refers to Jews of Germany. So, if this is you, then you're probably not even a part of it. They took a small group of those people, told them what was going to happen in World War II, and said if they played ball, they would not
Listen.
only give them a spot to live, money, and even protection by labeling them God's people, as long as that small group was willing to do their bidding. Still sound far-fetched? Well, let's take a look. Let's start here. Jeffrey Epstein. Epstein. That's an interesting name. I wonder where it comes from. Well, wouldn't you know? Ashkenazi. You know what? Let's talk about his sugar daddy and owner of Victoria's Secret, Les Wexner. Well, what do you know? Ashkenazi. You know what? Let's aim bigger. I'm sure most people know Mr. BlackRock himself, Larry.
Something happened with the video.
Definitely don't feel the need to.
I get what he's saying. So it doesn't surprise him what Elon is doing. Epstein was Donald Trump's boy. Remember I showed y'all a video way back of documentary about Donald Trump and about the man that used to take him get tailored suits? He was an older attorney and he taught Donald Trump everything. I guess him and Epstein has the same lifestyle. Some people just want a woman out front to hide what's really going on with them. That's why it doesn't surprise me, Donnie and Elon. Birds of the feather flock together. Pray for this world. I'm praying for this world, but I'm mainly praying for the Black and brown people because they are at risk. They are at risk very bad. We're in dangerous times. And if you are not Black or brown, you should be concerned. It's a domino effect, especially you white women. Be concerned. Y'all stay blessed. God bless. Hit that like button before you head out. Bye.